Okay, so it's the night before I begin the ration challenge, and so I'm starting off tonight by soaking these dried chickpeas in water, because tomorrow I plan to make hummus. And so in the ration challenge recipe book, there is a recipe for simple hummus, which is just made from chickpeas, water, and a little bit of oil. And so this is the recipe that I will be making. But it calls for the chickpeas to be soaked overnight. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm only going to use, like 40 grams. I don't want to use everything at once. Measured out into this bowl. And I have a few left for later on in the week. So I have my 40 grams here of chickpeas, and I'm going to just add some cold water to about 7.5 centimeters above the level of the chickpeas, and just put this in the fridge covered overnight. A small aliquot of chickpea rations. Okay, so we'll now put this bowl in the fridge overnight. So put up the fridge. Okay, so I'm making the simple hummus recipe, which you can see here. So I soaked the chickpeas in water overnight. So now I simply am going to drain away the water with my colander. I'm going to do it over in the sink. Okay, so I'm now going to take the rehydrated chickpeas and I'm going to place them into a saucepan. And basically I need to just cook these for an hour. Just boil them for an hour until they're mushy. Okay, so the chickpeas are ready. So I'm going to get them off the stove, let them drain and cool down, and then I'm going to blend them. So I'm just going to use a handheld blender, I think, to do this. I haven't really blended anything before, so I don't know how it's going to go. Other than that, like, I have a mortar and pestle, but yeah, I think I'll try the handheld blender that I borrowed from my mum. So we'll see how this goes. So put these off here. So I'm just gonna drain them in the sink. So here we have my ration of cooked chickpeas, and so they should fall apart when you squeeze them if they're ready. Okay, so yeah, they're not as mushy, I guess, as I would have hoped. Okay, so I just slowly add 125 mils of water and blend. This is my handheld blender. So to move over a little bit. Yeah, I don't like this. I feel as if this is going to be a very messy. Like, I don't want to risk losing any of these chickpeas. So I think I have to add a bit of water to allow for the blending, but I don't want it to, like, I don't know if this is going to go everywhere, so I'm a bit concerned. Okay. Yeah, that's going to spray absolutely everywhere. So that is a poor choice. Very poor choice. That's not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to dig out my actual blender that I borrowed from Mum. I don't know where that is. I don't know how to use it. So I'm just going to, pause for a moment and go figure that out. Okay, so I'm back with blender option number 2. And yeah, I think this will keep it way more contained. Although due to the cord's not very long, so I'm going to have to do it over there. So I'm just going to add my chickpeas with part of the water into there. I kind of want the hummus to be not very thick, so I'll just add that to there. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how it actually starts. All right, well, let's see what happens when I plug it in. I'll plug it in over here. Okay, so there we go. I don't know if that was visible on the camera, but here we have hummus. So yeah, it seems I'm glad I didn't put all that water in, because to be honest, it's quite watery as it is with okay, that's why. That was lucky I didn't add all that. I forgot to take into account that I didn't do the whole 85 grams of chickpeas, and I only did the half. I only did like 40. So Okay, so this is the consistency of my hummus. So it's a little bit more watery than I would have hoped because of that, but that's okay. That's fine. It can be more of like a dip for my bread rather than a paste. So let's put that in there. So, okay, so that's I think that was fine. Good morning, everyone. It is the morning of day 2. I'm really tired. I could really use a coffee right now, but unfortunately, I only have my black tea. So last night I started to get pretty hungry around, I don't know, 9 o'clock or something like that. And so I did have a bit of trouble falling asleep, but I don't seem to have any appetite now. So yeah, so I have my cup of black tea. So I think in the fridge, I still have my tea bag from the other day, because I only have 3 tea bags, so unfortunately I cannot have a fresh tea bag every day. So there we go. It's from yesterday. You can still really smell the cardamom, so I think it's going to be sufficient. So yeah, it's really hot. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to go off and enjoy my cup of tea and get ready for work. Okay, so I'm actually a little bit hungry and I have quite a bit of leftover rice, as you can see here. So I think 300 grams for one day was way too much rice. So I'm going to see if I can make some kind of pancakes by putting the rice and water into this blender and then just frying them. So I don't know how this is going to go, or what it's going to taste like, or whether it's actually going to in any way resemble a pancake, but let's see. So I added this much water. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if I can make this into some kind of batter over here. Okay, well, it's kind of the consistency of batter. I don't know. Let's just see how this goes when I cook it. So, oh no. Okay, I just splattered rice all over me. That's okay, I haven't had a shower yet. Okay, so maybe I should have added a little bit more water. It's quite thick. Oh, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. Sadly, I think this may be a fail because there's nothing really to bind it together. So I don't think this is actually going to work very well. It was a nice idea. Definitely a complete failure. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to eat this concoction that I've made. As you can see, I think I essentially just invented fried congee. So congee is like a porridge you make from rice simply by just blending rice and water together and adding a bit of salt, I guess. So yeah, I think this didn't really turn into the pancake like I was hoping, but yeah, it's essentially, I think, just fried congee. So let's see how it tastes. I guess it tastes how it looks. It's actually not too bad. It just tastes like rice, but it's got a bit of extra flavor because I fried it with the oil. So and there's a bit of salt in there, so it's actually not too bad. I'm not really sure if it was worth the effort. Instead of just eating the rice warmed up, but it actually has a very different texture, which is nice. So yeah, okay, so this will at least keep my stomach full this morning until I can have lunch. Okay, so day 2 afternoon update. So, well, I mean almost afternoon. It's 11:30. I have a break from the work I need to do in the lab, so I'm going to head home now and have the lunch that I prepared yesterday, which is flatbread and with hummus. I'm hoping that the flatbread didn't go too hard overnight in the fridge, and I'm hoping the hummus sort of thickened a little in its consistency. But yeah, I'm not hungry like at all. I don't have any sort of hunger, but I'm obviously going to eat a bit earlier today. Okay, so it's lunch on day 2, and I have flatbread that I prepared yesterday. It actually looks really good. Like it didn't go hard like I thought it might have. So let's try this. Oh yeah, delicious. I wish the ration pack included a lot more flour and a lot less rice. That's really good. Of course, I'm washing it down with my water. So I can't imagine that this hummus is going to be that great, because it's just the water, the chickpeas, and a bit of oil. There's no, and a little bit of salt. There's no additional flavors in here whatsoever. It did thicken up though, and yeah, actually it tastes really good. It tastes fine. So I'm just going to have my my flatbread with my hummus, and this is going to be my lunch today. It's actually really good. A lot better than the plain rice yesterday. Okay, so it is dinner time on day 2. And so I'm going to start off by just cooking a portion of rice. I still have leftover lentil soup from yesterday and leftover flatbread, but I have run out of rice. I'm not going to cook the entire 300 grams because it was way too much rice, and I prefer to have the rice fresh if I'm going to eat it. So I think I might just have, I think just 1 cup of rice. So let's take out some of my rationed rice and weigh out maybe 100 grams or 1 cup and see how much this 1 cup is. Okay, so I might do 150, there we go. 150 grams of rice, so that was half the bag as well. So there we go, so I'm just going to cook this up now. Okay, so rice, water, there we go. Okay, so it is dinner on day 2 of my Syrian Refugee ration challenge, and I have the exact same dinner that I had last night, my glass of water and my lentil soup that I made, the last of my flatbread, and a smaller portion of rice. So I'm really looking forward to this because it was so good last night. I haven't been too bad today. I didn't really struggle a lot at all with hunger. There are a few periods where I was a little bit hungry, but generally, yeah, I was fine. Breakfast was satisfying, where I had my weird fried congee. So that kept me feeling full. And then, yeah, I wasn't really hungry at lunch, but after I ate lunch, I then started to get really hungry at about 2 o'clock. But then I was fine. But yeah, like it's about 6 p.m. now, and I'm starting to get hungry. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. So yeah, bon appetit. So it's really good mixing the dal or the lentil soup with the rice. That really is good. So I'm going to go off now and enjoy my dinner.